Hey, Dan, if you're watching this, you broke your promise and I'm the winner forever. Okay, first I want to say that I know the lighting is probably a little bit weird. I'm still kind of like figuring things out. I know that I can't use natural daylight because I'm so pale that like it just washes me out completely, so that's out of the question. I don't know. I know I look weird, but let's try to ignore that and move on. So I think I've mentioned this in at least one other video, but I work for a cosmetic company called Clinique. I'm sure pretty much everybody has heard about it. And we recently came out with this Sonic cleansing brush. And I just wanted to make a video comparing this one to the Clarisonic because when I'm at work I get a lot of questions from customers asking me the differences and people trying to decide which one they want to get. So I'm just going to go over some questions that I get asked a lot and maybe help to clear things up. I also want to preface this video by saying that the opinions that I'm about to express are entirely my own. Clinique does not know that I'm making this video and I'm not on the clock right now. Obviously, I'm in my bedroom sitting on my bed. I'm not getting paid to make this video. And so I am going to be 100% honest about how I feel about the Clinique brush and the Clarisonic brush. First, I want to start off by saying that this is not the brush head that the Sonic brush comes with. It actually comes with, oh my god. It actually comes with this green and white one. See, the lighting is just terrible. There, you can kind of see it when the light isn't like blinding. I'm so sorry. So it comes with this green and white one, but I got this blue one to put on it. It's the acne brush. I don't have an acne problem, but I just like this brush a lot better. You can see the differences between the two. The original one has a lot longer bristles, where the acne one is a lot shorter and the bristles themselves are a lot denser. You probably can't even tell. I hate the one that it comes with. Because the bristles are so long, it just kind of splashes water everywhere and just gets all over my mirror and all over my counter and like all over my face and just just horrible. I hate it. But this one's awesome. So even if you don't have acne or, I mean, it's even good for drier skins because the bristles are so soft. It's just a little bit easier to use and a little bit less of a mess. Also, I want to say this Clarisonic, it's a Mia 2. This particular color, the leopard print color, was a limited edition color a couple years ago. You might be able to find it online somewhere because you can find pretty much anything online, but you cannot find this in stores anymore. Sorry. But it runs exactly the same as a Mia 2. There's no difference about it, just a cool color. And the brush head that I have, I think, is the normal one. I don't know. So the main difference between these two brushes is that the Clarisonic will spin. Like this, the inside brush here spins around and around when it's on, whereas the Clinique brush, it just vibrates. So if you have more delicate or more sensitive skin, the Clinique one is going to be a lot more gentle, even with the acne brush head. And if you have more normal skin, even oily skin, they both work effectively. The Clarisonic, because it spins around, will exfoliate, where the Clinique one, they say it doesn't exfoliate, but I feel like it will a little bit because you do have to brush it around your skin. That will exfoliate a little bit. But when we were learning about this in class, the instructor was like very adamant. We're not allowed to tell people that it exfoliates. So I don't know. I think it exfoliates a little bit, but the Clarisonic will exfoliate your skin for sure. The Clarisonic has 2 speeds, and you can change that by this little button up here. It's a little arrow up and down, so you can change it from a normal speed or a fast speed. The Clarisonic only has one, well, it's not even a speed, it just vibrates. And another thing is that the Clarisonic runs for 1 minute and it will kind of stop vibrating for a quick second to let you move on to a new area. So I think it's 15 seconds for the forehead, 15 seconds for the nose and the chin, then 30 seconds on each cheek. And it will vibrate and let you know when to move to the next area. So that's really helpful. I usually do 30 seconds on my forehead and then 15 seconds on my nose because that's where I tend to get more oily and that's where I tend to break out a little more, and then I'll use the last 15 seconds just on both cheeks because my cheeks are a little bit more sensitive, so I don't want to spend as much time on my cheek. You can sort of customize how you use it a little bit, but I don't know. It does make it easy and it does help to let you know where you are in the minute too. The Clinique brush runs for 30 seconds and then it shuts off, which is kind of nice because if you do have more sensitive or more delicate skin, 30 seconds all over the face would be good. You don't need to do it a second time. However, if you do have more oily skin or more acne prone skin, you can turn it on again and go for another 30 seconds. So I let it run one full time going across my forehead, and then I turn it on again, and then I just like bring it all through my lower part of my face for 30 seconds again. Another thing that you'll notice, like with the Clarisonic brush heads, they're all pretty similar. Like some are a little more dense than others, but I've tried the sensitive one, the normal one, and the acne one, and I haven't noticed a big difference in any of them. The Clinique one, I've already kind of discussed the difference between the two brushes and which one I prefer, and you'll also notice for both of the brushes, the bristles go straight up and then they angle in like this. You'll notice that these top bristles on both brushes, they're a little bit darker and a little bit of a different color. And that's because the bristles on the top are denser and rougher. So these are really great for the T-zone area, breakout areas, oily areas, and it's really great because you tilt the brush up. So if like this is your face, you'd be using the bottom bristles for the cheeks or the delicate areas, and then you would tilt the brush up like this and use the angled denser bristles for the forehead or wherever, you know, wherever you need a little bit more. For the brush heads, for the Clarisonic, you have to twist it off like that and then twist it back on. What's really nice is you can pop out the the center, and then you can stick that back on just in the center of the Clarisonic, and then you can actually use that around the nose or around the hairline or areas where you just need to be a little bit more precise with your cleaning. And the Clinique brush heads, you just like rip them right off. For the Clinique brush, the bristles are antimicrobial, so they won't harvest any bacteria, they won't grow like weird organisms in the bristles, and something big that I've noticed between the two brushes, and you'll notice like my Clarisonic, you might be able to tell, is a little bit stained from my makeup. The Clinique brush is like, it's made out of magic. Like you can take makeup off with it and then you stick it under the faucet and the makeup just rinses right off. You don't need makeup remover. Like sometimes I have to clean this after a couple uses with a makeup remover, just in water, and I mean that's fine, it's not a big deal, but the Clinique one, it just rinses right off. Another big difference is the weight of them. The Clarisonic is pretty heavy, like it's got a good weight to it. If you drop it on your foot or something in the shower, it will hurt and it could break because it is so heavy. The Clinique one is like nothing. It weighs like like half a pound. It's very, very lightweight, so if you drop it, it won't cause too much damage to your body or to the brush. The difference between like how long it stays charged or how long it takes them to charge really is not too much of a difference. Like it's not even barely worth talking about, but there it is. The way you charge these is a little bit different. The Clarisonic, you plug it into the wall and it's like just this little circular thing, and you stick it onto the top and it just like magnetizes to it, and that's how it charges. So you kind of just have to like, I don't know, leave it on the floor or something. And the Clinique one, again, you plug it into the wall and it's actually like a docking station. So it's like this little docking I don't know, and you just stick it in there and then it charges that way. So the Clarisonic is a lot more travel friendly if you are thinking you're gonna need to charge it for some reason. The Clinique brush is $89.50 and the Clarisonic brush is $149. So $90 or $150. The Clarisonic has a lot cuter colors. Like they always have a limited edition, like I think right now it's a polka dot color. They've had flowery colors and like paisley, and so that's cute, and they always have their solid colors to choose from, and they have a lot more brush heads to choose from too. Another difference is what facial products you can use with these brushes. Like you can use any facial soap with either of these, but the Clarisonic will lather anything. Just like if you're using a facial soap with your hands, it will lather while you apply it. Because the Clinique one doesn't really move, and the way that you use it, you're not supposed to like really scrub with it. It's supposed to be just a very gentle sweeping across the skin. This will not lather a lot of facial soaps. Like I use the Clinique facial soap. This doesn't lather it. It just kind of stays in that gel form, which, I mean, it still cleans, but you just don't feel as great about it, you know, if it's not like soapy and lathery. So Clinique did make a foaming sonic facial soap that you're supposed to use with this brush. I don't have a strong preference for one or the other. I will say that after using my Clarisonic, my skin feels a lot smoother. I don't know if it necessarily feels cleaner, but it definitely feels smoother, and I think that's because it exfoliates, where the Clinique one kind of pretty much doesn't. That being said, if I use my Clarisonic too much, my skin can get a little bit mad at me, especially in my cheeks where I'm a little more sensitive, like my lower cheeks. I won't break out, but I'll get those like weird subsurface bumps that just do not go away, and it's like usually because your skin is irritated that you get them, and then they stay around forever. So I do have to be careful with my Clarisonic, just how often I use it. I can use my Clinique every single day. In fact, I noticed that when I use my Clinique more often than I use my Clarisonic, my skin is a little bit more clear. If you have very sensitive skin, I would recommend the Clinique brush just because it is a little bit more gentle, but it's just as effective. If you have tougher skin, if you think you need extra exfoliation, the Clarisonic might be a little bit better, but then you are going to be having to spend about $60 extra. So as far as like my recommendation, it really just depends on what skin concerns you have or what features you're looking for, and you're just going to have to pick and choose for yourself which one you like better between the two. So I've told you the differences and the benefits, so at this point, it's kind of up to you which one you want. I'm going to continue using both of these. I use my Clinique one at the sink, and I use my Clarisonic one in the shower. So it just depends on where I'm cleaning my face at the end of the day. I like them both, and I recommend them both, but it's really going to be up to you which one you want to go for. So I hope this helped you to make your decision, and let me know if you have any other questions that maybe I missed. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye!